Did you know that the most consequential revolution in the history of the Americas, the one that directly caused the Louisiana Purchase and doubled the size of the United States, was fought and won by enslaved Africans who defeated the French army, the British army, and Napoleon's finest generals? And did you know that after winning, the free nation they created was made to pay reparations to the former slave owners for 150 years? Have you ever heard the full story of the Haitian Revolution? In the late 1700s, Saint-Domingue, the French colony occupying the western third of the island of Hispaniola, now Haiti, was the most profitable colony in the Western Hemisphere. It produced roughly 40% of Europe's sugar and more than half of its coffee. French merchants, plantation owners, and the French crown were extraordinarily wealthy because of it. The system that produced that wealth was extraordinary in its brutality. Enslaved Africans outnumbered the white colonial population by more than 10 to 1. The death rate among enslaved people was so high that the colony had to constantly import new people from Africa just to maintain its population. Saint-Domingue devoured human beings. Enslaved people were worked to death. Average life expectancy after arriving in Saint-Domingue was 7 years. The system was designed not for long-term sustainability, but for maximum extraction, and it extracted human life as readily as it extracted sugar. By 1789, 500,000 enslaved Africans were living under a regime of almost incomprehensible violence. The French Revolution had just proclaimed liberty, equality, and fraternity. The enslaved people of Saint-Domingue were paying close attention to those words. August 14, 1791. At a ceremony at Bois Caïman, a sacred gathering in the dark of the forest, enslaved leaders from across Saint-Domingue met and made a decision. The revolt would begin. On the night of August 22, 1791, enslaved people across the northern plains of Saint-Domingue rose simultaneously. Plantations burned. The sky over the north was red for weeks. The revolution had begun. The man who would become its greatest leader, Toussaint Louverture, was himself enslaved on a plantation in the northern province. Born around 1743, he had been educated in African traditions and by a Catholic priest in French and Latin. He was a skilled horseman, a natural strategist, and a man of extraordinary political intelligence. Toussaint initially fought with Spanish forces against the French, then switched sides to the French when France abolished slavery in 1794, becoming a general in the French Republican Army. He was brilliant. He was ruthless when necessary. He was one of the most gifted military minds of his era. He fought off the Spanish. He fought off a British invasion force of 60,000 troops that arrived in 1793. The British lost 40,000 men, mostly to yellow fever, before withdrawing in 1798 in what their own commanders called a catastrophic defeat. Britain sent 60,000 soldiers to Saint-Domingue and lost most of them. They left. By 1801, Toussaint Louverture had drafted a constitution for Saint-Domingue that declared him governor for life and all but established independence. Napoleon Bonaparte, who had dreams of a French empire in the Americas, was furious. In 1802, Napoleon sent General Charles Leclerc with an army of 40,000 veterans of the European campaigns to retake Saint-Domingue and restore slavery. Toussaint agreed to negotiations. The French arrested him under a flag of truce, a direct violation of the terms of meeting. He was taken to France and imprisoned in a mountain fortress called Fort de Joux. He died there on April 7, 1803. Before he died, Toussaint said to his captors, "In overthrowing me, you have done no more than cut down the trunk of the tree of black liberty in Saint-Domingue. It will spring back from the roots, for they are numerous and deep." He was right. Jean-Jacques Dessalines and Henri Christophe took command. The Haitian forces, now fighting under a flag of black and red with the white torn out, fought Napoleon's army across the entire island. Yellow fever devastated the French forces. Dessalines' tactical genius finished the rest. Over 50,000 French soldiers died. Napoleon's finest generals, veteran troops from the Egyptian campaign, destroyed by formerly enslaved people and disease. On January 1, 1804, Jean-Jacques Dessalines declared the independent nation of Haiti, the first free black republic in the history of the world, and the first nation in the Western Hemisphere founded on the principles of liberty for all people, without exception. He needed money. He needed to cut his losses. In 1803, Napoleon sold the Louisiana Territory to the United States for $15 million, approximately 3 cents per acre for 828,000 square miles of North American land. The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States overnight. The American cities of New Orleans, St. Louis, Kansas City, and dozens more sit on land sold because Haitian revolutionaries defeated Napoleon's army. Without the Haitian Revolution, there is no Louisiana Purchase. Without the Louisiana Purchase, the United States does not expand west as it did. President Thomas Jefferson, who had watched the Haitian Revolution with terror, fearing it would inspire enslaved people in the American South, refused to recognize Haiti as a nation. The United States did not officially recognize Haiti until 1862, 58 years after its independence. In 1825, France sent a fleet of warships to Haiti's harbor and presented a demand. Haiti would pay France 150 million francs, compensation to French slaveholders for the loss of their human property, or France would reimpose colonial rule by force. Haiti, surrounded by warships, agreed. 150 million francs, the equivalent of approximately $40 billion today. Haiti took out loans from French banks at enormous interest rates to begin making payments. The debt, renegotiated and restructured multiple times, was not fully paid off until 1947. 122 years of debt, paid to the slaveholders whose property had chosen to be free. They won their freedom on the battlefield. Then the world made them pay for it for 122 years. And here's why this story matters. The Haitian Revolution is the most consequential revolution in the history of the Americas, and the most deliberately buried. It terrified slave-owning societies across the hemisphere. It directly shaped the territorial expansion of the United States, and the nation that achieved it was punished for 122 years with a debt that bled its economy dry. Every time you walk through New Orleans, every time you cross the Mississippi River, every time you look at a map of the United States, you are looking at the consequence of what happened in Saint-Domingue in 1791. Enslaved people defeated Napoleon. Their freedom built America's map. The world made them pay for both. Follow us for more hidden black history on Michelle Duffy TV. Like and subscribe, because these stories deserve to be told. Please comment, did you know the Haitian Revolution directly caused the Louisiana Purchase? And that Haiti paid reparations to French slaveholders for 122 years? Share this. It changes everything. We don't glorify injustice. We reveal truth, so history can't repeat itself.